What's in between the antenna and the audio in?
What's in between the antenna and the audio in, Henryk?
It's very hard to understand with the PA system.
Beschreib mal deine Antenne. Was für Komponenten hat deine Antenne?
Mein was?
Deine Antenne. Beschreib mal dein Papier.
Yeah, this is the receiver. It's very simple. It's just a loop of copper wire and capacitor to tune it. And then there is a simple diode in series that's used as the amplitude modulation detector. With this you will get the basic signal, the 125 kilohertz, the carrier, modulated by the signal from both reader and tag. But because the bandwidth of the sound card doesn't extend up to 125 kilohertz, it's a cheap-ass low-pass filter that will only let through the data signal. And I've also a modulator that's the same principle, a spool of copper wire and capacitor. And then there are two additional parts, that's a resistor and a transistor, that are used for load modulation. So I can also put in a data signal through a sound card output. In principle, it should be possible to build a modulator with just the sound card and these two things. The only problem is that the Hitag protocol asks for a latency from request to response of about 2 milliseconds, and it's kind of hard to do with the sound card. I've built an emulator with the Proxmark hardware that Nohl talked about yesterday. So I did have an emulator. Somehow I broke it yesterday, so I couldn't demonstrate it. But I have a completely working Hitag2 emulator that also does the crypto and responds to all the commands that I described. So if we have the tag data, we can emulate it if I can fix this thing.
Do you want to come up to the mic?
So it sounds like adding XOR to the SAT solver is similar to, say, adding like the theory of bit fields to an SMT solver. Was there some reason you didn't just use an off-the-shelf SMT solver instead?
Well, an SMT solver doesn't exactly do what we want to do, but yeah, we have been looking into SMT solvers. So it seemed easier to kind of capture what's needed for crypto from the SAT solver domain than from the SMT solver domain. If somebody came up with a mix of those two, balancing for each part how to solve it best, that would be optimal both. We haven't found an expert in SMT solving yet, honestly, and SAT solving was much easier to learn. Thanks for the question, though. So if there's no more questions, thank you very much. Please consider Hitag broken for all future applications, and talk to your local car manufacturer that they please phase this technology out as soon as possible. I was told this takes about 8 years for car manufacturers to move to new technology. So for the next 8 years, have fun breaking Hitag car keys. Cheers.